TV here, so we can get started here.
We can get started.
I mean, it's not TV, but
Well, it's not really.
video,
I would say it's
but-
like video. See, that's what I think.
Okay.
Everything went video now, so
Yeah.
like it's not really TV.
Yeah.
227.
227, yeah. Welcome to Lunch Break, everybody.
Yeah, we're reminiscing and going nostalgic because apparently my Forrest Frank impersonation sounds like Sanford and Son, which I totally disagree with.
Correct.
Totally
The
disagree
theme
with.
song.
No,
Let's make that clear. It's the theme song.
See,
of
I don't think it's
Sanford
true.
and Son.
Like I said, I don't. That's just not
It was,
accurate.
but that's okay. You just have to take my word for
Yeah,
it. But
no,
I'm
it's-
Meredith,
yeah.
and I'm here with Pastor Jay today.
What's up, Meredith? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
I'm singing Sanford and Son
You
theme song in
are.
my head right now.
You
I'm
are.
sorry. It was A-Team too for
Yeah.
a bit, but
Well, and we'll have the reason we were talking about Forrest Frank is because we're going to play a video with
Yes.
with a song of his in it on
If we figured that out.
Sunday.
Did we figure that
I
out?
think you did
we
with
figured
your
it out. Well, I didn't
fancy
figure
program.
it out. It would have been Ryan and Larry that figured that out.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
but
yeah. So it's going to be great.
because it's a recap of.
of the work day.
Yeah.
But let's hang on though. Before we talk about that, I want to talk about this past Sunday
Oh, yeah.
and how great it was having Alex.
Yes, it
on
was
stage
really great.
and
She did a
doing
great
the
job
Q&A.
too. Like
She did.
that's not her normal leadership space.
Right.
Being up on stage in front
Right.
of people. Not everybody can do that well, and so she did a really good job. I was really impressed.
She did.
So it was, it was just fun. Just fun to hear about the pantry and
Yeah.
all that God's doing, and just huge numbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is great and not we've talked about that
Right,
before.
we
It's-
talked about that before, for sure. But I thought all of Sunday was good.
It
we
was.
had donuts again.
We did.
We got some more funds for donuts, so we
We
got.
did. So we'll have more for the next few weeks.
I'd say for the next several weeks
Yeah,
at least,
yeah.
yeah. And I got to say, I think that's working really well.
I think so,
like
too.
having all the donuts there, I think it's really, really good. Like
Yeah, I agree.
people are practicing that breaking bread thing that we've been talking about and just doing it
Yeah.
every week. I think it's good.
Well, people have come up and said, "Hey, do you have knives so I can cut it in half? I only want half." And I said, "Well, actually, no, I don't. Find somebody that you can
Yes.
share your donut with.
Ooh,
So
sharing
no
donuts. I like.
knives.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Find somebody that would like the other half, and then just pull it apart and share it."
What if they're germaphobes though? Like, do you think that kind of impedes the sharing of donuts because post COVID and whatnot?
Well, I do have on gloves when I'm there because I'm trying to. I mean, we're going through a lot of donuts, y'all. A lot of donuts.
I say we're like what 10 dozen donuts
Right.
a Sunday,
Right. So
and we're out like which
we are, yeah.
breaks the heart of my children because they come up and they're like, "Oh, is there any leftover donut?"
No,
Yeah.
no. But I do, like if there's 3 left in a box, I'll move them to another box and open up another one.
Yeah.
So I am wearing gloves, so I could help, I guess, if you're a germaphobe. But
You could just,
but I'm
like,
trying not to do that. I want
you could
people
rip
to
it and
share.
then flex afterwards and be like,
Oh my
"Oh,
gosh, I have
yeah."
been going to burn, so it will help for me
Like
to
to pull like
break
a Hulk Hogan
donuts.
thing,
I
like,
know. Oh, gosh, no.
yeah, you could do it.
No, I
I'll-
don't
I
have the
wanna
outfit
yeah.
for that, so it's no.
Well, that's fair,
No.
but
So- but
like, yeah.
anyway, it's been great having the donuts out there, and then having Alex.
I'm in a funky
on
mood
Sunday.
right
You-
now.
you
and I think
are.
it's the Sanford and Son thing that's rolling in my head.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Like, I just want to make fun of like everything right now.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So glad I'm here in this space
It's
with
really
you while you do
exciting.
that.
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
exciting.
Yeah.
we could pull Natalie into it because she's here today, like
She
on the
is.
production side of the
She
things,
is.
like trying to learn the ropes, whatever. Because
I mean, you can aggravate my children all you want to. They're used to it. They're
I'm
dead
thinking like pull them into the making fun of.
of me. Oh, okay, great.
I wasn't gonna point
Great.
you out specifically. I was just
I
gonna
get it at home. I get made fun of at home, and now I'm
Your
going to get
children
made fun of
never
at work.
make fun of you. What
Oh,
are you
I was talking about my husband, but my
Oh, well,
children
that's
too.
fair.
Yes. Okay. But anyway, one of the things I'm gonna bring it all back.
Please do,
Bring it
please, because
back.
I'm in a mood. Just keep going.
I am. One of the things that you and Alex talked about is the fact that the Hunger Walk is going to be coming up on March the 16th.
Yeah.
After church. So after church, we are going to have a fundraising hunger walk. We'll feed everybody, and there's a 5K to benefit our food bank specifically. Now, the Hunger Walk, the big Atlanta one, does benefit the Atlanta Community Food Bank,
Yep.
which we buy our food from.
Correct.
But our Hunger Walk will benefit our Northwest Community Food Bank.
Yeah, because what we do actually is we'll take all the money that we gather from the Hunger Walk and we send it to Atlanta Community Food Bank, and it sits on our account. So we
Right.
have an account down there.
Right.
And then whenever we purchase food, it just comes straight off of our account.
So great.
And so it's such an easy, convenient thing. And they literally, it's a penny a pound is what they pay for this food. And so
It's
we'll
amazing.
get a delivery.
I've seen the prices, and they're crazy.
Yeah, and that's not even
Crazy
mentioning
cheap.
like the free stuff, because usually when the
Yeah.
driver comes along, he'll be like, "Hey, okay, so I've got, a pallet full of potatoes, 2,000 pounds of potatoes. You want any?" And so then we'll take whatever and stuff.
Do they
That's
ever
what-
get Celsius? No wonder.
I don't know, but I have seen all kinds of like bougie groceries in
I
there,
know.
like some serious like
That they get for free.
organic,
Uh-huh.
stuff that's like $8
And
for
Starbucks coffee. They've gotten Starbucks
Yeah.
coffee
Oh, yeah.
that they
Oh,
just
yeah.
give away because
It's-
I don't even know how it all works. I just say thank you and
Yeah, it's gonna
thank
be
you, Lord,
it's super cool.
for blessing
It's
us with
amazing.
that. But
Just
I'm wondering
amazing.
if maybe I should like
could ask
hashtag
Alex.
Celsius on this video, and maybe Celsius because I tend to have them.
Yeah, like
for a
all the
lunch
time.
break.
Yeah.
So
Well, and maybe we could like, hey Alex, see if they got any Celsius. You can order some
No,
Celsius
I
down
won't.
there,
No.
and like whatever. I'm just saying.
that's okay.
So,
What
but
are you looking at?
well, okay. So there's this game,
Oh gosh.
and so it's okay, it fits with my mood, right? Because I'm in this mood where like I'm just wanting to make fun of stuff, and so there's
I'm
this
a
game
little
called The
scared.
Bible is Funny.
Yes.
Have you seen this game?
I have seen
That's
this
how you've
game,
seen this
and
game?
it is funny.
And so basically what you do is you're given this prompt. It's kind of like apples to apples, I guess. If you ever played apples to
Mm-hmm. I
apples.
think so. That's
And you're
what-
given this prompt, and then everybody at the table has to guess. They put out a card, a Bible verse. So like for example,
Things you would say to an ex.
yeah, or
Oh, she sent. Do you have
yeah.
a
So
card there?
the crush says, "I really well, no, I don't like that one. That one's dumb."
Oh, the one I've had before is this year's church VBS Bible theme.
Oh yeah. So okay. So then you might throw in a card like Job 19:17. My breath is offensive, or let's see.
Is Hannah sending you those?
She's sending me
Yeah.
these. Yeah. Proverbs 5:14. I am on the verge of complete ruin before the entire community. Stuff
Church
like that.
VBS
Let's see.
themes. Now, do
Yeah.
you remember another verse from those cards? Something. Oh, her younger sister is more attractive. It was one of those.
That's
is
yes.
a funny one.
There was one. It was the
What
prompt
is it?
was something you should never say at a wedding.
At a wedding,
or like, and the
yeah.
verse was her younger sister is more attractive than her, or something like that. Yeah, it's super bad.
Yeah.
Or Zechariah 8:17. I hate all of this. Like, so that would be the VBS theme. So yeah. So anyway.
No. So if you need a fun game to play,
It's a super fun game. Well,
Yeah.
and if people want to practice the sermon and break bread with some people, and
There
you
you
have
go.
people show some hospitality, have them over to the house,
you
play
go.
that game. It's really fun.
It's so
a good
funny.
time.
And when I've seen it played the game before, it's been like random, like crazy verses that you had no idea probably that were in the Bible.
We could make that like a lunch break segment. Like
We could.
Like we should get one of those games
And bring the
then-
pastors in here,
Yes.
all the pastors, and guess where the verses came from. That would be a fun game.
Or make them like, okay, you have to teach a lesson,
Uh-huh.
and your key verse is boom, go. You have 50 seconds, like
There
whatever.
you
Like,
go.
and so like, you have to do a Devo
That's
on that.
fantastic.
That would be a lot of fun.
It would
Put
be.
Stacy and Ryan in here, and then maybe bring in. We could pull in some of the elders too, and just do like a little round table.
Yes, I like it.
Coming soon to lunch break near you.
Okay, I
we'll
like
figure it
We'll
out.
do that.
We'll make it happen.
We'll do
So,
that.
Okay, sorry.
Good. Well, let's talk about this coming week.
Yeah.
What are you preaching on this coming week?
None of those verses from
Okay,
that game.
all right.
Like none.
Good to know.
None.
Good to
Well,
know.
although I say that, but there may be some. No. So this week we're preaching on authenticity.
Okay.
And being authentic, and what that means, because in Acts chapter 2, it talks about all these things that the disciples did, and then there's this towards the end, it's talking about them breaking bread in each other's homes, and it says in the ESV it says they ate with glad and generous hearts. Generous is a translation option for that word, but the core, the root of that word is more, I think it's better rendered in some other places, where it said they ate with glad and sincere hearts. And not like, oh, I'm totally sincere in my care for you, like sincerely Jay Rice, No, but it's like there's a sincerity and an authenticity, a realness to their gatherings.
That's the version of the verse that's on my Hobby Lobby
On your barnwood
thing in my house. But it says glad and sincere hearts.
Yeah. And that's actually a better way to render the Greek is sincere. And it really means like non-hypocritical. And, you know, hypocrisy and hypocrite is such a bad loaded term for us. It wasn't quite so bad back in the day because it was what they called actors. So we
Right.
use the word actor, actress. They
You've
would
talked
u-
about that
yeah.
in a
Yeah.
sermon before.
And so they used the word hypocrite. And it wasn't necessarily a negative, although it did have some of those negative connotations and has now clearly negative. But it was just that idea of, hey, when they would meet together, they were just real. They didn't try to present themselves as anything other than what they were or who they were. They weren't trying to put on a fake persona or an act, which was very common in that culture. And so when you would go to the temple, you had to act in a certain way. You had to be a certain way, or when you any of the temples, you had to go through all these rituals and act certain ways so that you wouldn't be cursed by the gods. But the early Christians, they were just authentic and real and raw sometimes and messy. You know, that authenticity often brings mess.
Sure.
When you open yourself up and say, okay, here's who I really am. That's a challenge. It's part of why we don't do it. And we don't do a great job at it. And it's because we're afraid of the mess. We're afraid of what people are going to think. They're going
Right.
to judge us, this, that, and the other. But there's a freedom and a power that comes when you're authentic. And just, hey, you know what? I don't put on special Sunday church clothes. It's just me.
Right.
And so we're going to talk about a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah, we talked about that some this morning in a meeting about growing up having to put on your Sunday clothes.
Oh yeah,
You know?
totally.
I did.
I did.
Uh-huh.
I had a separate section in my closet. Those were my church clothes. And
Yep.
yeah,
Same. And my kids know they have to wear something nicer to church because those habits are hard to break.
they
and
are hard.
to
Yeah,
break.
we do that. Like, and so they're.
Yeah.
We'll have that. I'll see that some Sunday mornings, and I'm like, no, you're not wearing that to church.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
No.
I'd let them wear it to school.
Sure.
But there is. It's like kind of like deep ingrained in
It
my
is.
psyche of, okay, it's Sunday. It has to be
Right.
next level.
And
or
again, there's
whatever.
nothing wrong with
No.
that. It just speaks to what you are kind of talking
Yeah.
about
And what I
on
think
Sunday.
that law of unintended consequences. You're like, okay, I want to dress up a little nicer. It's
Sure.
church. I want to put on my best for the Lord.
Right.
But then it starts to become, okay, well, I can't show that side of me because it's not my best.
Right.
Well, then I can't share this because then what will people think? Well, I
Right.
can't do that. Well, then maybe they'll judge. Like, and it's a real short trip to some of those places.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yes, we're going to talk a lot about that.
Okay. Well, I hate it, but there's going to be quite a few people missing this Sunday
Yes.
when you're
Oh,
preaching
man.
this sermon
I know.
because the youth are going on their New Life retreat.
There's like 40 of y'all
40
going? Because
people,
you're going
yeah,
too,
I
right?
am.
Oh,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah.
You won't be hosting this
No, I
Sunday?
will not. Got Mr. Kevin Hyde.
Oh, okay.
Very authentic person up there.
That's true. Very, very.
Uh-huh.
Kevin is Kevin.
He
Although he
is.
shaved his beard.
He did.
I
I went up and pretended to introduce myself on Sunday. I thought it was funny because acting like I didn't know who he was.
Yep,
but
for sure.
But yeah,
I did a double take the other day because I saw like he was at the workday, and he left the workday to go get his beard shaved.
Why did he have to shave it? I forget. There's a reason, and I can't remember what he told me the reason
So
was.
it's something to do with his job.
Okay.
He got a promotion at work, and so I think there's something
Okay,
like
okay.
I don't know all the ins and outs, but
Right.
so he shaved it, and I saw him that Sunday,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, wow, that you look different.
Oh, yeah.
And then I forgot.
Uh-huh.
And so I walked to the elders meeting last weekend, and he was sitting there at the table. And I was like, what? Oh, that's right. Oh, that's Kevin. Okay. All right. It's weird.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it looks good. It looks
does.
pretty good.
It does,
He
yeah.
looks younger.
Yes. Well, he's hosting
Okay.
on Sunday, so
I'm sure he'll crack some joke about
always
his beard.
you can always
Or
expect
somebody
a
will say
joke.
something about his beard.
Yeah.
You know they will. So,
Oh yeah. So.
but yeah, where you guys? Tell me what's the retreat? Where you guys going? What are you guys doing?
So we are going to North Georgia Christian Camp, and there's 40 of us going. It's going to be cold,
Yeah.
but I love North Georgia Christian Camp. I've
That's a cool place.
been up there with the younger kids before, and it is so much fun. And Stacy always prepares a great study.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
no matter where
Fruit
we
of
are.
the Spirit, I think, right, is what he was telling
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
It's gonna be good.
So it'll be a lot of fun and time for free time and fun activities.
Isn't
and
there
just
a
for
concert?
The kids.
Aren't you guys going to a concert
We
too?
are. We're going to a concert on Saturday at Truett McConnell because we're right down the road from there. So
Nice.
it's Josiah McQueen. Is that right, Nat?
Josiah Queen.
Queen,
Is
not
it just
McQueen. Sorry,
That's
Cars.
Steve McQueen. Like, oh yeah,
Oh, I'm
Lightning
thinking
McQueen.
Cars,
I say
too.
I'm older than you, so I'm thinking
Yeah.
like Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Like,
Josiah Queen.
Great Escape
Yeah.
movie. It's
Oh, okay.
amazing. It's super good.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
Saturday night we're doing that.
Caleb
But-
is really sad because he
can't go.
loves Josiah Queen. Like
Oh, yeah.
that's his like jam right now, constantly,
Yeah.
and he doesn't get to go because he's only in 4th grade.
That's right. He'll
So-
be there before you know it, though. Don't wish it away.
Some days I
Oh,
do. Like I'm ready. Like I want him out of my house. Like
I
I'm
know.
ready. Like graduate. Just go. Move on.
I know.
You know. But
Step out into the world that
Yeah.
I've tried to prepare you the best I can.
I just
you
don't
know.
want to pay for their food anymore. Like that's really what it comes down.
Well, y'all are a
I'm
little
tired of
bougie with
feeding
your
y'all.
food too, okay? Y'all are foodies.
Okay, that's
so
fair.
you
That's
you
fair.
don't come up in designer suits on stage, and you don't have a jet or even a
No.
motorcycle for that matter anymore.
Or a Jeep Gladiator, or a boat,
Right.
Or the nice Laguna table saw that I really want. Or, like I
Right.
could give you a list. It's okay.
Right, but with food, you have to. I mean, your kids too. They know.
Oh.
They are foodies as well.
Yeah, I have told my 2 oldest girls at least, like they're gonna have a really hard time, like dating and getting married
Mm-hmm.
because there's food snobs.
Right.
They're like, well, if he doesn't like X, Y, and Z, well, he's not worthy.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, that might be true.
Right.
But if
What
it's,
if he just likes chicken tenders and fries?
oh, they're off the list for sure. Both my girls are like, no, he's off the list. And they're like, sushi's the bare
Sushi,
minimum.
yeah.
Like if the dude doesn't like sushi, like
Yeah.
clearly no way.
Right,
But
right.
that'll get them at least on the list. If
Right.
they're,
Okay.
you know,
So
yeah.
anybody potential suiters out there
Yeah.
need to know they.
Yeah, sushi's bare
Sushi.
minimum. That's like that's the ground floor.
Right.
Like, and then it moves up from
Right.
there. So yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna be really mad if well, they don't watch this anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But if they did watch this, they would be so mad at me right now.
How did we get on the topic of food? I brought it up.
You
and
brought
I
it
don't know
up?
Why.
You were telling me that I'm too bougie in my food choices.
Oh, you're talking about getting the kids out of the house.
That's
that it's
it. Oh, yeah,
expensive.
yeah, 'cause
That's
I-
true.
yeah, that's true.
I hear you.
So, anyway.
Okay. Well,
What else? Do we have anything else? I could read more verses.
no, don't read. No, don't read
could-
any
'cause
more
I got
verses.
more, like,
no,
yeah,
don't.
but they're funny.
Just go by the game. But I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people missing on Sunday, so
Yeah.
It'll be good. It'll be
It's
good.
gonna be-
The
okay.
kids will get away. But it just also goes to show how many teens serve in our church.
Yeah.
So many.
That's gonna be good
Serve.
though. I'm excited for y'all to go on that trip.
So,
It's gonna be
yeah,
so
it'll
good.
Great. So y'all pray for us as you are out and about this weekend or thinking about it. Say a prayer so that we can that we're gonna have a good time and the Lord will the kids will allow the Lord to speak because He's gonna be there.
Yeah.
The Lord will be there surrounding us, and the Holy Spirit will be working. But just that the kids will allow the Lord to speak to them.
It's gonna be good.
So-
It's gonna be good. Cold but good. So,
That's right. Well, thanks for being here today.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, and thanks for joining us. And we'll see you next week.
Next week.